fuck is wrong with this? Hey, who mans is this?
That's what I'd ask her.
Who mans is this?
I like the intro.
Right there. I love it. I love it. Now, guys, we gotta take a trip. We gotta take a trip that I know you've seen this video or at least heard about it. We got our whose man's is a gentleman named Mr. Corey Harris.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Corey Harris was recently on a Zoom court appearance for driving on a suspended license.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys understand that when you're driving on a suspended license, you probably shouldn't be driving on the Zoom meeting.
Before we go any further,
too.
those teeth right there kind of remind me of like when you see like a rat and you can see the two front teeth right there. Like, does his mouth close?
I don't believe so.
I've
At
never
least
seen
it doesn't close in this video.
Because his
I will
lips
tell you
look
that-
like them donuts.
Before we go any further, he looks like the guy who farted.
Yeah, he does. He's got the
He
shirt.
looks like the guy who farted. Like, if there's any question and there's a fart lingering in a room,
Everybody's looking at
it
him.
is many people. He looks like the guy who farted.
Cedric Simpson right now looks like he's about to lift up a baby in front of the Lion King, yo.
I declare him justice.
Okay, look, guys. Let's not mess with the honorable Judge Simpson has been viral numerous times for what he seems to be dealing with in his jurisdiction. I guess he just got a lot of weird people over there because it's always something with this guy as the judge.
That motherfucker look like Caesar.
It's Louisiana, bro. That's what happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, let's watch the clip. This is brought by NBC on this one,
No, it's
but
not.
everybody
No,
has
it's
this
Michigan.
clip.
It's Michigan. I'm sorry. It's
Michigan. There you go. Michigan. So like Detroit, maybe, I don't know, but somewhere in Michigan. So let's check it out and let's talk about
Doesn't
it.
have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Oh my God.
Yes. You predicted it, Brix.
And quite frankly, your client has made the assertion that the Pittsfield Township, as well as this court, was acting on some type of defective or faulty information, which I will tell you, counsel, caused the court, given what the court did, to investigate what my ruling was. With any reference to your client having had a license on that day, and some indication or misunderstanding as to whether or not he had a license. Let me make it very clear, based upon what the court looked at, he has never had it. Ever. And has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths that form up this great union. Mr. Harris indicated that at some point he had been involved in some accident. And being involved into the accident, that he was basically bedridden or at least housebound, he could not get to the Secretary of State. He purposely stated that he could not get to the Secretary of State, which, for the way we handle things in this court, would have placed him in a whole different category. We would have tried to find a way to figure it out. And the reason I know that is because Mr. Harris, on December 28th of 2023, do you know where you were?
December 23.
23rd, 2023.
I know I was laid up from my
You were
accident.
at the Secretary of State's office. And you were at the Secretary of State's office because you redid and got your new Michigan ID.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't see the second part, right?
Oh, I saw all of it.
I didn't see the second part. I only saw the thing where he got pulled up and didn't have his license. Like, I saw the first part, and then I heard he never had a license, but I didn't see that he went back to court and the judge gave him a tongue lashing from behind the dentures.
That's when it was brought out that he didn't have a license, because the judge actually just asked about it, had the research done, went to the state's attorney's office or the state's whatever, where you get your state ID. And since he was 19, he's been going every year on the dot, getting his state ID. And in Michigan, you are not allowed to have a both state ID and a driver's license. So he knew he never had a driver's license.
So hold on a second now.
Yeah.
You mean this man never actually ever had a license? Like,
Ever,
he never
ever,
actually
ever,
had one?
ever, never, ever, ever, ever.
Okay, all right. Wait a second. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So how did they reinstate a license
They didn't.
2 years before that didn't exist?
No, they didn't reinstate a license. What he did, he got removed his permission to drive because of child support.
But he
Has
didn't
nothing-
have a license.
It doesn't matter about a license. His permission to drive was removed.
But you got permission to drive when you have a license. So when you lose that
regardless.
permission, you lose your license.
No, that's how the law is written. The law is written is to remove your permission to drive. So that's why he said nobody ever told me nothing. Right?
No, the nigga knew though. That's what he was saying. He knew all of that, but he tried to say initially that he had his license like it was reinstated type of shit, and they didn't take it off the books, that it was suspended. That's how he tried to play it at first.
No,
But
they
he never
removed
had a
his
license.
right.
That's different.
They removed his right to drive because of child support.
Yeah,
Right,
but then
they
they
do-
gave it back to him in 2022.
They removed it. They removed the restriction.
You're gonna have to do. They removed the restriction of him to drive in 2022. Right?
Correct.
Okay, so he
Yeah, we
didn't
don't
have
disagree.
a license, but how can they, restrict something you never had in the first place?
All they do is put a block at the DMV that this person
So
cannot
he just
have.
can't get a license. He couldn't
Yes.
even get a
Right.
license.
That's what I'm saying. So even if he had one or didn't have one, anything that he had through the DMV is not valid. Period.
Okay,
As
so
far
what
as
he would have
operating
had
a
to do
vehicle.
was to just go get a damn license, because if the restriction was removed, then he could have just gone and got a license. Is what
He
you're saying?
could have, but he's been getting his
He just
ID
didn't do it.
since he was 19 every year.
How the hell did he not get more charges for driving on a suspended license then? Damn, nigga
He's
don't look
probably a good driver. And he was laid up on his accident.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna let Mr. Corey Harris and his situation continue. He'll probably end up with a fine or something like that. Because at least the one good thing is he didn't crash or hurt anybody. He just was driving and wasn't supposed to be driving. So who knows how he got the car or whether or not the car got insurance. We ain't gonna go into all that. What I will say is, there's more than enough BS for people to be pressing charges on folks about. Let's give this guy a fine and send him back home. Let him go back and be laid up. Saying.
That's true. That's true. And anybody wants to argue the facts, just tell us in the
He
comments.
drove that long
We'll talk
since
to
he was
you.
19?
Yeah.
Shit, he's got a good driving record.
Detroit don't give a fuck, yo.
So we're not gonna talk trash about Detroit. I don't really know Detroit well enough.
Detroit gets shit done. They like whatever, yo. That's what it is. That's what.
Yeah,
it
but they
is.
put that man in jail. He in jail. They put him in jail.
That's because he lied. He lied about
You
a
know what?
license.
Let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
It's just another.
Well, how long did
ticket.
they put him in jail?
Well, they put you in jail with a bond, so it's until your bond is paid. So if you didn't have no money, he's in jail until the next court date. But I'm pretty sure some people bonded him out, because I'm sure his bond wasn't like a murder charge or nothing. It was probably.
No,
I
Did
think
you
somebody
miss- did-
bonded
did you
out
miss-
the guy who.
I missed what? What did I
Who
miss
fought
now,
it?
Bravo? Please.
What he said, he was like, "Is he driving without a license while he's in court? While he's in
but
court
that's the
remotely?"
other thing.
Do you know what he said? He says, "Report to the jail, and if you don't report to the jail, you have a bench warrant without bond."
And he reported to the jail.
Okay,
And then, And so he went to jail for that. Then he was at a hearing. That was his bond review, which is what we were just looking at, where he was trying to get it so that he didn't have to pay a bond. But the judge wasn't having that. So he still had a bond. I don't know if he's still in jail right now, but when he walked out that courtroom, he didn't go home. He went to the jail.
He probably saved us from cheddar when he was laid up from his accident.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the point I'm trying to make isn't that the man didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying that jail in and of itself as a punishment is not always the best way to do things. Like if this man drove around since he was 19, didn't really hurt nobody, and he was in court for driving on a suspended license. That's what my issue is. It's like, how could you get a ticket for a suspended license if you never had a license? That wasn't what when he appeared and the judge read off the charge initially for what he was on the Zoom for, he said it's driving on a suspended license.
Right. The thing
so
is,
how are you suspending a license that never existed in the first place?
Because sometimes there's disparity between the charges. See, this is the thing that can get him off. Right? Pause. This is the thing that can get him acquitted because the charge is driving on a suspended license and he never had a license in the first place. Because when you get hooked up on child support like that, it removes your right to drive. And so he was mischarged. So he
laid down and had a baby with Biz Markie. That's what I want to know.
Right.
I mean,
never closed his mouth.
Somebody did. All right, guys. Well, all the best for Mr. Harris. Hopefully he gets a bottom bunk.
At the end of the day,
that is some pretty fucked up shit.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Can you say what the fuck did I do last night?
No, bad idea. Don't do it.